Good afternoon. What a beautiful day. Hi, I'm Brad Camp, and I'm chairman of the board for Sunshine Cottage School for Deaf Children. Thank you for choosing to spend time with us today so we can introduce to you our students and share a bit of our story with you. First, would you please stand while Alexis Escobar, a third grade student at Sunshine Cottage, leads us in prayer. Then please remain standing after the prayer while the fourth and fifth graders post the colors and lead us in the pledge.
Dear Lord, for your blessing, we are grateful. Thank you for the people in this room who give their time and support to Sunshine Cottage. Help us to make good decisions so we can stay in the path you have chosen. Bless each child with hearing loss. Let us remember that the earth has music for those who listen. In his holy name, amen. Please remain standing for the posting of colors. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Please be seated. Please enjoy your lunch and the company at your table. We will continue our program in, let's say, 14 minutes and 53 seconds. Well, I was off by a few seconds, but we're going to continue. And please keep eating and enjoy your meal, but we'll continue with the program. For those of you who have attended the Legacy Luncheon in the past, you know we usually honor a person or a family that has made a difference in the lives of our students. Today, we are honoring an event that happened 19 years ago that has forever changed the lives of countless children and changed the world of deaf education. 19 years ago, House Bill 714, the Newborn Hearing Screening Evaluation Bill, was passed by the Texas legislature and signed into law by the then Governor George W. Bush. This law mandates hospitals in Texas screen each newborn's hearing before they are discharged from the hospital. To give you an idea of the scope of this bill's impact, in 2017, there were 412,000 children, infants born in Texas. Of these births, 98% of the infants were screened for hearing loss, resulting in 1,200 infants being identified with a significant hearing loss. This was in the state of Texas alone, and all of it because of the newborn hearing screening. And these numbers are from one of the 19 years since the law was passed. A personal note, I was born completely deaf in my left ear, and it wasn't discovered by anyone else until I was 6 years old. Today, we are honoring pediatrician Dr. Vernon James and his wife, Dr. Desi James, who worked tirelessly for the passage of House Bill 714. When the James had a granddaughter who was born deaf, they knew they had to work hard for the passage of this bill. They stood before 6 legislative sessions proposing this bill, only to have it denied. It was on the 7th try that the bill was finally passed. That's perseverance. Here's a video about newborn hearing screening, evaluation, and the James.
The lives of Doctors Vernon and Desi James exhibit the true definition of caregiving, philanthropy, and love for humanity. In 1999, a law was passed that forever changed the lives of children with hearing loss. The establishment of the universal newborn hearing screening was spearheaded by Dr. Vernon James and Dr. Desi James. This law required hospitals to screen newborns for hearing loss, resulting in a higher early identification rate. As esteemed medical professionals and grandparents to a child with hearing loss, the Jameses knew the importance of early identification in order for a child to develop to their maximum potential. Today we honor the Jameses for their diligence and perseverance in advocating for children with hearing loss and their families. Their efforts to ensure that babies with hearing loss be identified and cared for was groundbreaking and has given thousands of families hope for their children. Doctors Vernon and Desi James, your legacy embodies what it means to be a true hero. Please join us in thanking Dr. Vernon and Dr. Desi James.
You have directly impacted the lives of all the children at Sunshine Cottage, as well as all the deaf children born in the state of Texas during the past 19 years. Please come up and be recognized for your services to the children in Texas.
Thank you. Thank you very much. They told me that I had 15 seconds to say something. Last night, Desi and I were reliving some of those trips over to Austin and all those wonderful lobbyists who were trying to keep us from doing this. I remember one word was discussed over and over, and it was the word in the bill that said required. The hospitals were required, not you can do it if you want to. You can do it like it's happening now. We can opt out of it. No, we wanted the word required to be in there, and it was. So we were very grateful for that. To see all you parents here and friends of children everywhere just warms my heart, because that's what makes it all work. A few of us do still special things here and there, but when you support a program like this, you should be congratulated for being such wonderful people. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much for all you've done. Now I would like to introduce Najla Miri, a parent of a former Sunshine Cottage student whose child directly benefited from the early screening legislation.
Good afternoon. My name is Najla Mary, and it is quite an honor to be here today and to be given the opportunity to share our family story here at Sunshine Cottage that was like our second home for over 5 years. Today's guest honoree has a special place in our heart. Dr. Vernon and Dr. Desi James, your diligence to help pass Bill 714 affected our family and so many others. You know, when I talk about our story to other people, their reaction is sometimes a sigh of sadness and compassion. However, my response has always been, thank God for the newborn hearing test. Had they not made it mandatory for all newborn babies, the effective early diagnosis would be so different, and I would not be standing here today. My husband Vincent and I have been blessed with 3 beautiful children. Blake, a soon-to-be graduate of Texas A&M. Gianna is 9 years old, and my youngest, Camilla, is 7. Gianna is in the 4th grade, and Camilla is in the 1st. They both attend Holy Spirit Catholic School. Camilla was mainstreamed after kindergarten at Sunshine, and also the very first hearing-impaired child at Holy Spirit Catholic School. On August 22nd, 2011, my baby girl, Camilla, was born. I was so blessed to welcome her, and I had a very healthy pregnancy with both my girls. And when she was born, we were just excited to have her as the 3rd blessing in our life. The day after Camilla was born, a nurse came into the room to do the auditory brain response test. I didn't think anything of it until after the 3 attempts, she didn't pass. I was told to follow up with my pediatrician after discharge, thinking it could possibly be fluid due to my C-section. And in my mind, I kept thinking that has to be why. But as a mother, my gut was telling me something was different. The very next week, we went back to Methodist Hospital, and Camilla officially failed in both ears. Vincent and I did not understand how to process information, but we knew we needed answers immediately. After our appointment with our physician, who was referred to us, we were told Camilla was profoundly deaf in both ears. We, again, were given a brochure to Sunshine Cottage and told they could help us. I'll never forget that Friday after this appointment, not having any answers, no one to talk to. Our family was emotional, but our faith was strong. And as the family, we knew we would do whatever it took that needed to be done for Camilla. So that very early Monday morning, I called Sunshine Cottage, Anna frantic, and God bless Mrs. Renee, who worked at the desk. She heard my despair and in my voice and the urgency to talk to someone. She transferred me to the audiology department, and I talked to Mrs. Emily Jones, one of the brilliant audiologists at Sunshine Cottage. And Mrs. Jones told me, you know, we're really booked. I don't know how long, it may be 2-3 weeks. I said, you don't understand. This mommy needs an appointment or she's gonna be in a different kind of hospital. Mrs. Jones was very professional, and she says, okay, I'll get you in next week. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the longest week of my entire life. That following week, when we met with Mrs. Jones, she did the auditory brain response test on Camilla, and she also had one as sedated as well. We discovered Camilla was not profoundly deaf, but she was diagnosed with bilateral moderate to severe sensory neurohearing loss. We were told she would need to wear hearing aids, and if her hearing loss got worse in the future, she'd need cochlear implants. We were in shock. I didn't know how this could happen. We have no history of hearing loss in our family. Our other children don't have hearing loss. We felt kind of in despair. However, in that very moment, the audiology department did something very special. They brought a few students in to talk to our family. I remember this little pre-K student, Mr. Joaquin, I forgot his last name, but he and the other children came to talk about their experience in Sunshine, and I listened to how well they communicated. I remember thinking, what? They're deaf? But this is gonna be okay. Sunshine Cottage has this. We got this. Stay close, talk, 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 interaction, repeat, repeat, repeat. It's one of the acronyms that the Parent-Infant Program taught us, along with many tools to help teach families how to help their children learn language in a very different way. It was teaching parents to use every tool in our everyday life to utilize language and help our children develop it. There's always an opportunity to learn language in everything we do. Camilla was aided at 6 weeks old with hearing aids. The minute we put those little tan Phonak hearing aids on, we saw our baby girl's beautiful big brown eyes light up bigger than we'd ever seen. Wow, she really couldn't hear. It was an affirmation our daughter had hearing loss, and it was that very moment we knew to embrace this, and we're going to take it on full force. The PIP infant program has the most gifted and experienced advisors that guide every family, whether a child is early diagnosis or diagnosed later. The program helps guide you and gives you the tools to help every child succeed. Our advisor, Brandy DeMesme, was an instrumental part in teaching us how to play, talk, interact. It was different in the sense of having your child work for that toy. You got to work to play with that cow in that barn. You can't just give them the toy. You got to work for it. I remember sending Brandy a video of Camilla in her little booster seat with her borrowed hearing aids, and she kept pulling them out. I thought, how is she going to keep, what are these people thinking? How are they going to keep this, how is this baby going to keep these hearing aids on? Well, guess what she did? She loves her hearing aids. Time heals, and that's what happened. But I'd like to emphasize that a very important factor that went along with the parent-infant program and her preschool experience here was what I like to call Camilla's medical team. As parents, we all do what we want to make our children as healthy as possible. However, when you have a child with hearing loss, a runny nose is not taken lightly. Congestion needs to be addressed quickly, and an ear infection is very serious. Camilla's pediatrician, Dr. Shirley McNair, doesn't blink an eye when I just come in for a runny nose. Okay, she's just got a runny nose, no fever, but can you check her temps? Okay, no problem. Our most amazing pediatrician, pediatric ENT, Dr. Juan Bonilla, who's here with us today, I'd like to call him our guardian angel for Camilla's ears. The messages and calls to Dr. Bonilla are always answered. Okay, Dr. Bonilla, I'm looking at the otoscope and I see fluid, can I bring her in? What allergy medicine protocol do we need to do for Camilla now? Which antibiotic do we use this time? Which one would work better? Do we need tubes again? Can I clean out the earwax just in case? Our audiology team now, Audicles and Tracy Board, who's here with us tonight, who's so good to Camilla every time we need new ear molds. I thank our medical team so much from the bottom of our heart. Everyone who knows Camilla cannot believe she has hearing aids due to how well her speech is. We call her aids her magic ears. We thank God every night for those ears and the knowledge and research that can continue to help her and the children with hearing loss succeed. Camilla is fierce, intuitive, tenacious, brilliant, an amazing dancer, and a great sense of humor. She's kind and sensitive and has a heart of gold. Every night when we thank God for those magic ears, we also never forget to thank you, Sunshine Cottage. We thank God for all you did for our family, but everyone that has walked in these doors. You have welcomed your hearts to so many families over the years, and I know will continue to do so and change their lives forever. So I thank you. In closing, I'd like to just share a little video of Camilla. It was very impromptu. We was after dinner one night, and I said, let me just ask her a couple questions. Just last week, I said, Camilla, let's do the video over because they're actually going to play this video, and you're not really saying as much as I want you to say, and use more verbiage. She turned around and looked at me. She says, Mom, it's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's natural. So here's this video.
Camilla, can you tell me how awesome it is to have hearing aids?
So when I hear my teacher, it feels just right. And when I hear my friends, when I hear one, it feels just right too. And when I hear my sister talking to me, I hear what she says, and I hear everything what she says. And when she whispers, I can still hear it. And when my mom and dad talk to me at the same time, I say yes, and they make me hear. It makes me feel so happy to have them, so I can hear my mom and dad and my family and my teacher and my friends a lot good.
That's beautiful, baby. And can you tell me, what does it feel like when we take them off, when we go night-night, or when we have to take them off? What does that feel like?
It feels like my ears can't hear anything, and my ears don't feel that comfortable with it, and it doesn't feel good, and my ears would be begging if I didn't have them.
There'd be what?
They'll be begging for hearing aids.
Begging for hearing aids.
And I'll be begging for them all year and asking for one. And I'll be like, I've been asking for everybody, my mom and dad, every day for them.
And what do we do every night when we thank God for our
Help?
and
Hearing.
and our hearing aids? Thank you, Camilla.
You're welcome.
Gideon is my son. He is a year and a half old. He loves to climb and jump and yell. He's just really adventurous. When we got the news about Gideon's hearing loss, we were mainly just shocked and nervous, maybe scared is the better word. In his left ear, he has moderate to severe hearing loss, and in his right ear, he has profound hearing loss. Staff at Sunshine Cottage was incredibly supportive. The first people that interacted with me were the pediatric audiologists who did the testing, and I remember them being so compassionate because I, of course, was crying, and they gave me some tissues and said, it's okay. We would be worried if you weren't crying, and they were so sweet in how they explained what was going on.
My favorite part is hearing the parents talk about how Sunshine Cottage has helped them plus their child. I can only imagine what it's like to be told that your child is not perfect and they may have a hearing issue, and how devastating that would feel.
Coming to Sunshine Cottage just provided hope and confidence as far as what to do next for my son. What could have been a very scary and overwhelming situation turned into something that was full of opportunity.
Mom's not here, and other people have taken up the cause for her and are just as passionate about it as she was. The teachers and staff believe in the mission and work incredibly hard, long hours, for the passion of getting these kids situated for a hearing world.
Because of this amazing technology and because of the professional guidance from everyone at Sunshine Cottage, things just started to get better and better, especially following his cochlear implant surgery. We started noticing this variety of the sounds he was producing, and just in the last month or so, he's started saying some of his first words, mama and daddy, and there was a time when I didn't know if I would hear that ever from him. So to go from that kind of a feeling of wondering if we'd ever hear it to having our first mini conversations with Gideon is nothing short of a miracle.
Sunshine Cottage was never to be second rate. It was always to have a first-rate school. We were blessed to be able to build this new campus. It's a great place to be. It's state-of-the-art. That's not just one person's, that's everybody's vision, is to make it the best in the country, maybe the world.
I close my eyes and I can
They are truly amazing. Now I have the honor of thanking everyone for being here today. And as you can tell from the children's voices you've heard, Sunshine Cottage is very successful in helping them develop listening and spoken language. It's also been very successful in helping them achieve their dreams, whatever their dreams might be. It wouldn't be possible for us to do this if it weren't for you. Whether you've been a friend of Sunshine Cottages for 71 years and you were here when Deela first had the vision and had the thought and built the school and you've been a friend ever since, or if this is the first time you've heard our story, I want to tell you thank you for being here. We appreciate your support, and at your table you will find an envelope, and you can leave a donation if you're so moved to do so. I also need to tell you the flower arrangements are also for sale for $20 if you would like to purchase one. I would also like to say a very special thanks to Marietta McCain and Sherry Nagley, 2 board members, and if you would come up, we have a gift for you. And while they're coming up, I would like all the other board members who, and I tell you, I have the best nonprofit board in San Antonio. Board members, would you please stand up too? Yay. This is for Sherry. Okay, Sherry. Here you go, Marietta. You know, for all your time and your talent that you give to Sunshine Cottage, thank you very, very much. Yes. Okay. Now, there are people within our organization I'd like to say thanks to. First of all, Chris Powers, thank you for the technology. Also, Miriam Elizondo, who's our development director, and her team. So it would be Miriam and Elizabeth and Mary Bordelon and Sarah Rosales and Leslie Walter. Thank you so much for making today possible. Also, this, all the video and the audio that you hear is on loan to us from Bishop Petty. Thank you so much for every year very graciously donating this to us to make this luncheon a success. But one thing I want to tell you is we really do sincerely appreciate the presence of each and every one of you here and all that you've done throughout the years for the children at Sunshine Cottage. As you leave here today, what I want is for you to travel home safely, or home or back to work. And may God bless you and provide you peace and keep you safe until you come again. Thank you so much for being here today.